What's up, guys?
Congratulations on the victory. I know you expect finishes every time you get in there, but overall I thought a solid performance. So how did you feel about it tonight?
Felt good. It was nice talking to my coach. He kind of was reaffirming some of the things I did well. I got to give some props to Mickey, too. I had a hunch he would stand and strike, as he looked pretty sharp in his last fight. But, man, I practiced not as much a lot of, like, anti-wrestling. I'm happy to take guys down. But I practiced a lot of grappling, like a lot. And after the fight was over, I was like, you know what? I was actually down to do some grappling. You know, to, like, be only defensive is the wrong way to look at it. So, you know, I turned to my grappling very offensive, like off of, like, back take escapes. And this is the first time I've ever felt it, but I wish I had grappled a little bit more in that fight.
So you have a hunch that he's going to come out in a style that's not really his style. Is there something that clicks in your head? Is that's what he's doing? Like, yes, exactly what I thought.
I mean, I can play that ranged striking game with anyone and beat him. Especially my jab just feels so sharp. It's my best tool by far. And I was just happy. You know, going into the third round, I was like, man, if we're going to stand and move around, even as the third round bell rang, I was like, I can move my feet and tag this dude up, you know, all day long. I was really thinking he was going to try to shoot, but I also knew he was down 2 rounds, so he was looking for something big. He was actually throwing some big shots in that third round, and against my better discipline, I was starting to plant my feet and throw back with them. And man, usually my feet stick well to the canvas, but I was slipping a little bit, but was having fun. You know, saw the punches coming, and again, going home with effectively no marks on the face is always a good thing. So I'm going to be grateful for that.
Nice emotional moment afterwards. You know, dedicating the fight to your dad. I mean, did that bring anything to the fight tonight? I mean, extra emotion or maybe even a little extra pressure? You know?
No extra pressure at all. My wife and my brother, who were just the best, the most supportive people I could ever hope for, were both like, hey, that's not going to mess with you. I was like, man, I've done this so many times. Plus, when you're in such a high-stress scenario, like a fist fight in the octagon, you don't have time to think about anything else. And you know, more than the win, it's funny because, you know, if you look at someone's mom and dad, my mom is the one who screams, kill him, get him. And my dad's just like, I just hope you don't get hurt. And he's the one who got me introduced to MMA, you know, 15, 16 years back. So I know he was happy. I didn't really get touched up. And I know he was happy to get the win. And again, my oldest brother is a genius. He's a very, very, you know, like self-made, very wealthy, very smart. And but my dad had looked over one of our other brothers for the last maybe 5 or 6 years, and he had a really bad substance abuse problem, and he ended up unfortunately passing away. And I just knew the last decade was just challenging for my father, and to you know, give him this trip and let him see me fight and win. I just know it made him so proud, and for me to give that back to him, it's more valuable than anything. More valuable than the win, more valuable than the money, which is great. UFC offered me more money in this contract than I was going to ask for. You know, life is good right now. The gym's going awesome. Fortis is stronger than ever. Gracie Barra, the Woodlands, my gym, my coaches, we're killing it. I got a good thing going. I'm going to keep working hard and keep being a good role model to make sure that stays like that.
That's amazing, man. I wanted to ask you, I mean, 3-0 this year, right? I mean, and it's wild. It's at a time, like you said, the gym is picking up and all that. That might be a hard time. You know, it might feel like you're distracted or whatever. I mean, what do you think is the key to having so much success right now?
So it's funny. I don't mean to get so cliche with my family, but my wife, she runs all the financial business paperwork at the gym, so I get to teach and train and have fun. And you know, all my best friends are my coaches and my fighters and my students. And you know, I love teaching the kids. It sharpens up my technique, and I'm just in the gym 24/7. And not because I have to be; it's because I want to be. I tell everyone this all the time. I'm like, if I didn't enjoy doing this, I would certainly not be here. But man, I enjoy the aspects of it so much. You know, December 11th, not only is my boy Jeff Neal fighting on the main event, on the main card of a huge pay-per-view, but we have another jiu-jitsu tournament, and I got like 50 kids signed up and like 20 adults, so I'm going to go coach those kids to go choke other little kids. That'll be fun, and man, it's just been so much fun.
That's awesome, man. Congrats on everything going so well. I guess last thing for me is, what is the plan now? I know you kind of, you know, you'll take any fight they give you. Really, are you eyeing, I mean, that Houston card that we keep hearing about, does that seem to be a perfect thing for you? What's the plan?
I mean, yeah, really whenever, and I would say wherever, but I'm not really looking to go out of the country, not until all the bans or whatever are getting lifted. But man, yeah, anytime they need me, I'm good to rock and roll. Again, I don't care who I fight. I've looked at the whole roster, and I'll happily put hands on whoever they offer, naturally, other than my teammates, who I love dearly. But yeah, man, I really don't care. I'm down to scrap. Coming out of this fight, 100% healthy. So I'm just going to keep riding this train.
Just a quick one from me. Did you manage to catch the new series of Always Sunny yet?
I did, actually. In the hotel room, I was really looking forward to that. And it's just cool to see that show still going on. I'll tell you, and it's not bad, but the same thing happened with South Park when instead of like having their own fun adventures, they kind of go way off of like pop culture and current news, and it's just not as original. Still great though, I'll always support that show, but yeah, I give it an average rating.
Hey, Alex, the last couple times you fought, you seem like you've been more controlled. It used to be like you would get in there and just sort of a light would flick on and you just bang. The last couple fights, is this a growth in you, or has this just been the style of opponent you've had?
Yeah, no, it's just it's being smarter for sure. Coach Safe is 100% the reason I do that. He tells me what to work on. I get to work on it with my striking coach, Matt Wald. He's a wizard, man. And yeah, it's just become more disciplined. And it's one of those weird things. It's like when a big brawler fights a wrestler. It's like they don't want to throw the big punches and get taken down, so they're really hesitant, and they get taken down anyway. So this is one of those things where like I want to get the knockout, so I swing really big and I don't get the knockout. So I think just being more measured and more disciplined is the way to go. And I was definitely cracking some good, strong jabs in this fight. I'll have to go back and watch it. I know I landed some right hands and some right hooks and some left hooks, but these guys just got good chins. I was happy to get a knockdown in this fight. But even like when I fought Zawad, I was hitting him even harder, and he just wasn't even changing his facial expression. So I'm going to continue to do more strength and conditioning and just put some more pop into my punches. But no, being more disciplined, just being a better martial artist is most certainly the goal. And it's allowing me to have these fights, do damage, win these fights, and most importantly, not really get hit much. And that's a fun goal. I'm down to achieve that goal, but again, with more finishes in the future.